Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us for our Rusk Deepshine 101 class. We're so excited to have you. Thank you for spending your Monday with us. Just you being here alone on your day off tells what type of a stylist you are. And as a company, we really love to back that. So one of the number one reasons that I got started in Rusk is specifically for the education that it was providing to me and everything that we have under the Deepshine umbrella that is offered to us as stylists to put in our arsenal of tools to really make it easier for you behind the chair. So really excited to have you here. Like she said, my name is Jessica Bartolomeo. I'm sure some of you have seen my picture or classes floating around here or there, but like I said, I'm really driven to kind of push my education towards you, and that's what drives me as a stylist. With Rusk, one of the biggest factors for all of our educators is that we are all stylists behind the chair as well. So I am coming to you from Gilbert, Arizona. I'm actually in my salon right now. I am a stylist and a salon owner. So I know exactly what you guys are facing on a day-to-day basis. And they are constantly asking us what we need in the salon to make our job easier as stylists. So really excited to be able to share all of that with you today. Okay, so like I was saying, it's for stylists by stylists. So all of our educators are stylists behind the chair, but this is how Rusk actually got started. And it was the root of Rusk is what's in our DNA. And it was started by Irving Rusk back in the 1980s. And his number one goal, again, was to make it easier for you as a stylist to work smarter and not harder. It was born on the gritty streets of Glasgow, Scotland. And Irving Rusk modernized and perfected all of our amazing ingredients. And he also came up with the texturizing blades. So really a great additive to you behind the chair. But again, him being a hairstylist, needing things that he didn't have was what really founded our brand to begin with. And we like to really kind of push that going forward as well. We believe that professional, reliable tools is what's going to actually help you as a stylist grow your business behind the chair. And as a brand, we really, again, want to be able to support that and give you exactly what you need. So under our Deepshine umbrella, with everything that we offer, we have everything from hair color, and you'll see a multitude of things within this line. And it's not necessarily you need every little thing, it's that we have something for everyone. We also have our styling products, which are going to give you those beautiful editorial or everyday styles that your clients are going to be showing you in all of those photos from Pinterest or that are floating around Instagram, as well as everyday care for you to retail to your clients to be able to maintain this beautiful hair color that they're getting at home. Because that's the number one thing, right, that they're always saying to us is, I can't recreate this, or my color doesn't last. So really us giving you the education for you to turn around and give it back to your clients and retail them the right products that they need to maintain it is going to be 101% of their insurance policy for that hair color. We also have some amazing tool engineering. Like I said, we have an entire blade line where we have our straight blades and our texturizing blades, as well as blow dryers, flat irons, and curling irons. So really it's offering you a vast variety of options of what is going to benefit you 100% behind the chair. So let's go ahead and dig into our Rusk color portfolio. And again, like I said, you're going to see a lot of things within this line. We have so many different varieties. And that's one of the number one things that I hear from stylists when they're walking into suppliers or just trying to decide what they need. And it's not necessarily that you need every little thing. It's that we have everything for every need. So you, as a professional, deciding what you need is what we're going to be able to offer to you. So within our color portfolio, I want to touch base on one of our newest additions. And to me, this is one of my most exciting things behind the chair as a stylist because of the way that the world has turned. And that's going to be our Ruskin 10. And it's only 10 minutes to beautiful hair color. 10 minutes, you guys. And this is where it comes back into our brand, really pushing through the innovation and the technology to give you what you need behind the chair. And when the pandemic hit and everything shifted and we weren't able to double book and we're, really kind of scrunching down on our time behind the chair. And not only that, but even the way that the world is right now with instant gratification, a lot of people don't want to sit for 2.5 hours. So the fact that we have a beautiful Italian permanent cream hair color line that only takes 10-minute processing allows you to reinvent your appointment book. So within 1 full hour with application, processing, full cut, and styling, you can get a client out of your chair. Only 10-minute processing time, and that's going to give you a full 100% gray coverage. Full 100% gray coverage in only 10 minutes. Okay, so our Ruskin 10 actually is developed within a American level system. So if you are familiar with our traditional permanent hair color line, this is where it's going to vary just a little bit. So an American level system is going to be just a little bit lighter, but again, it's still going to give you absolutely beautiful 100% coverage. So it's more accessible and cost effective as well. So you're not only getting more clients in and making more money off of the services that you're able to provide in a short period of time, but these clients are going to be leaving with beautiful, shiny, gorgeous, healthy hair color, because we have 2 things that make us completely different than most of the other lines on the market. And it is that we have our micropigment technology. And like I said, if you're familiar with our traditional line, this is also in our Ruskin 10 line as well. So micropigment technology is where we've refined our hair color molecules to be so tiny that they're like dust. Versus traditional hair color lines on the market are going to be more like that raw granulated sugar that you see. So the difference in that size is tremendous when it comes to deposit, because we're able to just slightly shift the cuticle and get all of those hair color molecules down into the cortex of the hair and close it back down completely. So that hair is going to be absolutely beautiful, the shade that they want it the day they leave, and still this beautiful, gorgeous hair color when they come back in 4 to 6 weeks, to the point where some of my clients, when they come in, are coming in from stopping at the gas station on their way in, and somebody stopped them and told them how beautiful their hair color is. And they were literally coming in to get it touched up. So again, referencing back to you as a professional behind the chair, making your job easier, because now all you have to do is a root touch up, because that color is still beautiful and the longevity of it and the shine is uncomparable. So it also has our marine nutrient complex. So it's going to take some of the most moisturizing elements, our TerraMarine complex, most of the moisturizing elements, and infusing them into the product. So your clients are actually getting a deep conditioning service at the same time as a hair coloring process. And again, only doing 10-minute processing is really going to help you with organizing your time behind the chair. So it is got 5 conditioning amino acids. So again, creating this conditioning treatment throughout the hair coloring process. A very low ammonia count, which is going to make sure that the integrity of the hair is intact. And again, giving you uncomparable shine. It is vegan and cruelty free. So I know those are 2 of the big things right now. And the amino acids are naturally found in hair structure, which is responsible for the strength and the elasticity. So really reinforcing the strand of the hair and making it look like all of those beautiful pictures that people are bringing in. Okay, I saw a couple questions here. Okay, so like we said before, 100% gray coverage in only 10 minutes. Diverse mixing ratios for blending or covering gray. So based off of what your need is for that specific client is how you're going to decide how you're going to mix. And this is one of the things that we really reinforce as well, is that you are an artist, okay? And you are the only one that can paint the way that you do and customize those formulations for each of those clients. So if you have somebody that has very stubborn gray, then you have the option of mixing differently to make sure that you still have a 10 to 15-minute processing time, which is still going to allow that great shift in your scheduling, but give them beautiful coverage as well. Or if you're just looking for blending. So if you have somebody that has stubborn gray, our mixing ratios are going to be more of a 1-to-1, whereas traditionally with the Ruskin 10, mixing ratio is 1-to-2. So 1 part Ruskin 10 to 2 parts of any of our developers, 10, 20, 30, or 40, based off of what you're looking to do. So we have some beautiful shades available to you. Traditionally, and like we said, we try to cover the entire portfolio. So making sure that we're placing not only the tonal families where they need to be, but as well as the levels, so that you can create a customizable palette of anything that you might need for that client. So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8N, as well as a 5 mahogany, which is a beautiful shiny red, a 6 copper gold, an 8 gold, a 7 ash, an 8 ash, an 8 sand, as well as a 6 gold. So again, giving you multiple options. These are all intermixable, so you can create whatever you need for your specific client out of these shades. So these are the ones that were originally came out with when our Ruskin 10 launched. But also, oh, I see a question. Are they coming out with 9s and 10s? So that's a great question that actually kind of pushes us right into this one right here. So we just launched 7 new shades. And I will tell you this, if you are sitting on this call, you are one of the most lucky people that I know, because Marlo Beauty is the only one that currently has our 7 brand new shades available to you right now. So in the Ruskin 10, our 7 new shades that are available are going to be our 5NN and our 7NN. Now, the reason that we have an NN series is if you still have mixed the way that you traditionally wanted to with the regular N series for gray coverage and you're struggling, the NN is going to be a double dose of neutral. So it is going to help really make sure you get full coverage on that gray. We have a 6 copper and a 6 red, and these ones are different because they are a pure tone. So these are going to be bright, vibrant, gorgeous coppers and reds. Really, again, allowing you to customize these palettes to give you the most beautiful shades in only 10 minutes flat. We have a 5A, which is going to be fantastic for battling unwanted warm pigments, right? That's one of the #1 things when we're lifting somebody from pretty dark, is that those warm tones really come through. So coming in with a 5A is going to give you that nice rich brown, but battling out those unwanted warm tones. Our 6 sand and our 10 sand. Yes, we have a 10 sand now, 10 sand. And we are going to be expanding our portfolio in the future as well, but these are the 7 that are out now. Our 10 sand, I actually just used on a client the other day, and I used it with a 40 volume developer, and it is beautiful in 10 minutes. Okay. Highlighting in 10 minutes is almost unheard of, right? You can definitely do that with the 10 sand, as well as a 10, 20, 30, or 40 volume developer. How do we, so I see a question right now, how do we get swatches for the new shades? I don't believe that we currently have a swatch chart for them. I'm sure there is one coming, but the swatches on our boxes, on the very ends of them, I think I have a 10 sand right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, a 10 sand. They are pretty close to the exact shade that you're going to get. So in the meantime, looking at that is going to be extremely beneficial as well. So like I said, our mixing ratios on the Ruskin 10 is normally 1 to 1, I'm sorry, 1 part Ruskin 10 to 2 parts 10, 20, 30, 40 volume developer, or our 0 lift balancing lotion, dependent on what your need is, or you can customize it. So you can always mix 1 to 1 if you need it to be just a little bit deeper, a little more deposit, a little more lift. It's really coming back to you as the artist. So let's talk about our tonal families. And this is a great way on how to actually read our boxes or in the color book. Our tonal families are going to be an N is going to be our natural, and that has equal parts red, yellow, and blue. Okay. Our chocolate is going to be CH chocolate. Chocolate is a polychromatic blend, meaning that all of the tones of the rainbow are already pre-formulated for you. And that is the #1 thing that is almost next to impossible to make on your own. So the fact that these are pre-blended for you and they give you a beautiful actual chocolate shade are phenomenal. A is going to be our ash, which is either a blue or a violet base, dependent on the level that you're working with. So if you're going to come in at a lower level, clearly the unwanted tones that we're battling at the lower levels are going to be like reds and orange. So clearly it's going to be, you know, in that family, versus at like a level 10, the unwanted tones you're battling are going to be like a pale yellow. So clearly we're going to need like a violet at that stage. Our sand series is going to be a violet gold. So primarily violet into an underlying gold hue, because gold is what light reflects off of. So even if we're trying to give somebody a little bit of an ashy base, having a little bit of a gold tone in there is going to give you the light reflection to give you those beautiful, gorgeous, shiny finishes. Our G is going to be our pure gold tones. For those of you looking for those real beautiful, like warm balayage types. Copper gold is going to be our orange gold, clearly copper gold. I've seen a lot of those trending right now for winter and fall. Absolutely beautiful. R is going to be our reds, and M is our mahogany, which is a red violet. So again, coming back to you as the artist, these are really going to give you everything you need to create any of those beautiful shades that you need to create as a customizable artist. So again, Rusk follows the American level system. So remember, if you're used to an international level system, international runs a little bit darker. So an American level system, these are going to be a little bit more translucent and a little bit lighter. So if you're used to, say, a level 6, you're going to want to use a level 5 on the American level system, and those will line up a little bit better. So Ruskin 10 can be used a few different ways. When used for 100% gray coverage or as a low light, follow this mixing and processing guideline. So we're going to do 1 ounce of Ruskin 10 to 1 ounce of 20 volume developer, and we're going to process for 10 minutes. Okay. For gray camouflage or base lift, so camouflaging, we're doing a little bit more blending, a little bit of coverage, but you still want some definition through there of different tonalities. You're going to do 1 ounce of Ruskin 10 to 2 ounces of 20 volume developer, and also process for 10 minutes, right? Because it's Ruskin 10-minute processing time. All right, so let's increase your revenue in less time. How can we help you build your business behind the chair, benefiting from the 10-minute coverage? So Ruskin 10 root touch-up, 10 minutes. The average cost of the service is $60 to $70. The number of services in an 8-hour day generally is 10 plus. Okay, 10 plus, depending on how you work your books. Okay, so the regular permanent color touch-up is going to take a 45-minute processing time, keeping your average cost of service at the same level, a $60 to $70 level. But because of the time frame, you're only able to get in 6 versus 10 plus. Okay, so it's less time and way more money in your pocket. So even keeping your average service at the same cost, not increasing it at all, you're already making more money because you're using less processing time, making it a lot faster for you as a stylist. And we're still going to have happy clients because we have beautiful, gorgeous, shiny, healthy hair. Okay, so the salon price for Ruskin 10 for a 3.4 ounce tube, and I love this. This is one of my go-tos about this brand, is they give us 3.4 ounces in one tube. Most are 2 ounces, so that alone is huge, huge savings. The average cost is $7 for a 3.4 ounce tube, which breaks it down to about $2.06 per ounce. So about 58% less per ounce than other competitors. The other competitor averages $3.52 per ounce. So that already is saving you money just in that, without even adding all of those extra clients that you're able to get in on top of that. The application cost, a 2 ounce touch-up, saying that it's about 2 ounces for a full root touch-up, is going to cost you $1.64. Say that again, $1.64. Amazing, right? So just an incredible opportunity for you as a stylist with the Ruskin 10 to have that as part of our Deepshine portfolio to allow you as stylists to build more clients happier clients, and put more money in your pocket, especially with the way the world is going, is huge, is huge. So talking about our Deep Shine umbrella, just remember, when they shine, you shine. Okay, so that's really what it's about. When your clients look good, you look good. When you look good, we look good, right? So it's definitely a big family for sure. So coming into our Deep Shine portfolio, now that we've talked about the Ruskin 10, we'll talk about our traditional permanent cream hair color line. And this is what started about, I think, 12 years ago. And this is what brought me in as an educator.
Yes, before we continue, you have a few questions on Ruskin 10.
Yes, absolutely.
How many levels will Ruskin 10 lift? About 2?
Okay, so that is a great question. How many levels will Ruskin 10 lift? Dependent on which developer you're using, remember that we have control within lifting color within 4 levels. And the reason for that being what we're starting with and what we're adding to it, right? So say if we're at a level 5, you can get up to a level 9 because there's 4 levels of lift. You just need to make sure that you're mixing the proper developer with it and the proper level that you're trying to get to. If you put a 10 on somebody that's like, I don't know, 3 or a 4, clearly you're not going to get all the way to a 10 because we only have control within 4 levels of lift. Okay, but you can get a full 4 levels out of it.
Perfect. You answered the second question in that one, so that is awesome. And what developers can you use with Ruskin 10?
So traditionally, when we first launched our line, we were saying you needed to use our dedicated 20 volume developer, but through lots and lots of testing and confirmation, we've now come to the conclusion that you can use any of our dedicated developers for the Ruskin 10 based off of what your need is. So we have our 0 lift developer, which is a 6 volume developer. So it's perfect if you're just trying to deposit. Then we have our 10, 20, 30, and 40 volume. And remember, those are going to tell you how many levels of lift they're going to give you. So you've got 10 is 1 level, 20 is 2 levels, 30 is 3 levels, and 40 is 4.
Are there any other questions for Ruskin 10 before we move on? Looks like you're good to go.
All right, great. Sorry, I just got rolling. I was ready to just jump into the next slide. I was so excited. Okay, so again, talking about our Deep Shine portfolio, like I was talking about, we're going to talk about our traditional, original Italian permanent cream hair color line. And like I was saying, this is what got me started as an educator because I got to try it and immediately I was hooked. I wanted to know what it was, how I could use it more, what they were offering, what education was behind it. And it literally just captured me from the very beginning. So I'm really excited to share this with you as well. Like I said, the Ruskin 10 is an amazing additive to increase your services behind the chair, but the Deep Shine permanent cream hair color is where our hair coloring line actually began. So we'll go ahead and talk to you about this one. So what is Deep Shine permanent? That's the number one question, right? Why are we different? What is Deep Shine permanent cream hair color? It is a family of 60 plus intermixable shades with a variety of tonal families for gray coverage and lift in one process. To round out the portfolio, we have 3 high lift shades and a triple action clear for lifting and toning all in one process. Deep Shine has a color palette that assists in customized hair color and formulation. With Deep Shine Permanent, we have opened the door for a simple, worry-free formulation to achieve any target color. So what are the features and benefits? We have 63 shades across 11 tonal families. Now, knowing that these are all intermixable, that gives you as an artist literally an unlimited palette of what you can create. So ideal for the colorist that wants long-lasting results. Remember, we said longevity is everything when it comes to clients. 100% gray coverage. That's what we're really, truly known for. Up to 4 levels of lift, because remember, within lifting color, we have control within 4 levels. A low ammonia hair color, which we are less than 2%. So extremely healthy for the hair. and an economical size and price. So again, coming in with our 3.4 ounce tube at $6. So that breaks that cost down to be even less. So Deep Shine Pure Pigment Conditioning Cream Hair Color, how does it work? So again, our micropigment technology, and this is what I said earlier, is where we've refined our color molecules to be so tiny that you're able to get way more into the cortex of the hair and get a much better coverage and longevity out of it. It's penetrating more easily and deeply into the hair shaft. It's going to reach the cortex and ensure long-lasting and complete gray coverage. Our marine nutrient complex harnesses the power of the sea to replenish deep shine. So again, we've really extracted some of the most moisturizing elements from the ocean and infused them into our hair color. So they're literally getting a deep conditioning service during the hair coloring process. It is an exclusive formula combining the nourishing power of algae, sea kelp, vitamins, trace minerals, amino acids, and moisture-rich lipids to seal, strengthen, and protect the hair throughout the entire process. So let's understand the label. So let's talk about our tonal families and how we can read the labeling. We incorporate both numerical and letters to identify what each shade is. So it doesn't mean that you need to know both. It's dependent on how you were trained so that it's easier to see it immediately and know what you need. So a 0.0 is going to be our natural series. Okay, our 1 is ash. Our 2 is violet. Our 3 is gold. Our 4 is copper. Our 5 is mahogany. Our 6 is red. And our 8 is our beautiful chocolate series that we were discussing as well. So within the numerical letter value system, each reflected corresponds to a number and letter to identify the tone. So the example that's been given to you is a 0.43 CG. No level because there's not a number before the point. So that's how you're going to be able to tell what our level is going to be the first number before the point, before the decimal. The first number after the decimal is going to be our primary underlying tone. So that's going to be the strongest in there. Our secondary tone is going to be the second number that you see after the decimal. And then it's going to be followed by the lettering system. So by knowing that a 4 is going to be our coppers and a 3 is our gold, if you read it numerically, you can see that in the number system, but we also have the copper gold letters behind it just to make it that much easier for you. So coming into our chart, our shade chart, like I said before, within those tonal families and within our level system, we really offer you an unlimited palette. So there's 60 plus shades for you to create multitude of colors for those clients' needs.
All right, Jess, you have a few questions. I'm going to interrupt you.
Absolutely.
First one is coming from someone that is currently using K-Pack, and it's tonal, not blended. Is Deep Shine tonal or blended?
So you can actually do either. Again, coming back to you as the artist, dependent on how you're mixing and what you're using is going to give you the opportunity to do either. So if you want a full coverage, then we'll go through how we're going to mix to get a full coverage. If you want just a blending, then you can leave out the neutral and you can use a zero lift balancing lotion and it'll give you just enough to give you a beautiful gray blending.
And is the ash green, blue, blue-green?
So that is one of my favorite questions. And I will tell you that I came from a line originally that had an entire line from a 1 to a 10 of a green-based ash. Okay. And I never understood this. So coming into this line, like I said, this is one of my most exciting reasons for this, is that our ash base is going to rely on what level you're working with. So if you're coming in at a level 4, if we're lifting a level 4, because we have developer and ammonia in there, what is the primary underlying pigment we're going to be battling at a level 4? It's going to be red, right? So we need a green-based ash to get rid of the red. So at a level 4, our ash base is going to be green. And this is fantastic because in the color book, and I'm not sure if you guys can see this, I'll just show you real quick. In the color book, you can see that we have bars that will show you what our underlying pigments are. So at a level 4, we're primarily a green base, okay? As you get higher, say into a level 10, a level 9, 10, and we're lifting, what's the primary underlying pigment that we're battling at a level 9, 10? It's going to be a pale yellow, right? So in order to battle that, do we need a green? Absolutely not, right? If we put a green on a pale yellow, what's going to happen? It's going to be green. Exactly. So coming back into those bars, it'll show you as we get up into the higher levels, we get into more of a primarily blue violet at an 8, because at an 8, you're battling orange, and our 9 and our 10 are going to be primarily violet. So the ash is based again off of what your specific need is at that specific level that you're trying to address.
Can you explain the 3 natural series and why Rusk has 3 naturals?
Absolutely. So again, one of the big questions we get all the time. So the natural series, and when you're just looking at this on the shade chart, this is going to blow your mind because you're going to be like, I don't know which one I'm going to choose. So breaking this down for you, you're going to just get it immediately. So originally our NLs are going to be our natural light series, our NLs. This is going to be our traditional natural line. So our traditional neutrals, if you will. This is going to give you more of a blending if they have gray coverage. Okay, it's going to be more translucent. It is a beautiful target shade. So we have our 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm sorry, yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10 in our NL series. So like I said, perfect for gray blending. If you'd like to use it, it's going to be more of a translucent shade. When we come into our NCs and our NWs, these are going to be what I like to think of as our gray coverage series. Okay, so our NW is going to be a double dose of neutral with a third dose of warmth to it, a third dose of gold. And again, because gold gives you light reflection, is going to give you a little more translucency. So it's going to give you a beautiful, shiny, vibrant gray coverage. And then when we get into our NCs, this is going to be a triple dose of neutral for all of those stubborn grays that just do not want coverage. So this is the perfect answer to that previous question, as well as if it's going to be a blending series or full coverage. And this is how you're going to decide how you're going to mix for that specific client if you need a natural mixed in there as well. So when we're mixing a target shade, if they have some gray or no gray at all, you can use the natural light series. Okay, so some gray, I would say 30% or less is going to give you beautiful coverage or a gray blending. When it comes to anywhere from 30 to 50%, 50 to 70, or 70 to 100% gray, this is where we know for a fact that we are going to need some type of natural series in there to get 100% full coverage. So based off of how much gray and what target shade we're choosing is how we're going to decide if we're going to use an NW or an NC. And the best way to remember these is a natural warm or a natural cool. So if our target shade is on the cooler side, we're going to go ahead and pick a cool. If our target shade is on the warmer side, we can pick a warm. And it's still going to give you that beautiful 100% gray coverage. So mixing ratios with these, if they are 30 to 50% gray, and we're going to get 100% gray coverage, you want to make sure that you have a fourth of your formulation, either natural warm or natural cool. A fourth of your formulation. And you're going to keep it at the same level as your target shade. So if we're trying to get a 6.5 mahogany, which is a red violet, right? 6.5 mahogany, I can come in with either, because a red violet is both warm and cool. It just depends on what I want to play off of. So I'm going to say at a level 6, and I'm going to pick either my NW or my NC and put a fourth of that into my formulation. And you're going to get beautiful 100% gray coverage and a perfectly covered tone. It's all in one step. If we're coming in for somebody that has 70 to 100, I'm sorry, 50 to 70. So that was 30 to 50. If we have somebody that has 50 to 70% gray, 50 to 70%, we're going to mix a half of our formula with NC or NW, natural cool or natural warm, half and half, still staying at the same level. Okay. If we have somebody that is 70 to 100% gray, this is where it gets a little bit tricky because we know there's not really a lot of natural pigment left in there at all. So we need to bump it a little, right? So we're still going to mix half and half. We're going to still mix half of our formulation of neutral cool or neutral warm to whatever our target shade is. But we're going to drop it down one level on either the neutral cool or neutral warm or the target shade. So if we're coming in at a 6.5 mahogany and I'm going to add my warm series, for example, I'm going to still do half and half, but instead I'm going to do a 5 NW. And it's still going to be a beautiful 100% covered 6.5 mahogany when it is finished. Now our standard mixing ratio for our Deep Shine Permanent is going to be 1 part color to 1.5 parts developer. And again, it can be mixed with any of our developers based off of what your need is. But our number one claim to fame is that we get 100% gray coverage with 10 volume developer because of our micro pigment technology. So again, refined color molecules to be so small that we're able to get all of those color molecules into the hair with just barely shifting the cuticle. So we're able to get them exactly the shade they want, completely close that cuticle down. They get a deep conditioning service because of our deep shine from all of our marine extracts that are infused. And they're going to have 100% covered gray, beautiful, shiny, healthy hair. And longevity is going to stay until they come back to you in the salon. So 10 volume developer, and I'll explain this a little bit deeper. A lot of times when we're in school, I know for me personally, when we're trained on other lines, we're driven 20 volume for gray coverage, 20 volume for gray coverage. And the reason for that being because gray is stubborn, right? So we need to soften it to open the cuticle, and you want to blast cuticle open and get that pigment in there and shut it back down. So again and again, one of the number one problems that I hear in the salon every single day, not from me, but from other lines, is a stylist telling their client, you're just a little dark today because you're going to fade and it's going to be perfect. And the reason for that being is because they were not able to shut the cuticle all the way back down, right? So they needed to start a little darker so they can get where they wanted to be. Why can't your client leave the color they want and stay that shade until they come back to see you? So with 10 volume developer, with just barely shifting that cuticle open, and you're able to get all of those color molecules in, and you seal it back down with our marine nutrient complex, you have gorgeous, beautiful, healthy hair and super happy clients that are going to talk your name up everywhere they go. Okay.
Jess, can you explain what the zeros mean after each level?
Yes. So our zeros, like we said before, 0 is going to be our natural series, right? So we already know that. Now going in with the zeros after the decimal is going to show you what each of those underlying pigments are. So say, for example, our 10.000, we already know that that is just a natural series across the board, but because there's 3 zeros, it is a triple dose of neutral. So that's going to give you three pigment dye load to make sure that that 100% gray coverage is happening. So that is a ton of color molecules penetrating the hair. With our natural warm series, you can see that that one is a 0.003. So we already know that the first 2 zeros, the primary and the secondary, are going to be neutral. And coming in with a tertiary gold for a little bit of warmth, still giving you a 3 pigment dye load, 2 neutrals and 1 gold. So giving you light reflection, but still giving you absolutely beautiful coverage. So one of the references that I've heard before as far as coverage goes that I like to reference back to is think of them similar to coverage series with pants. So our natural light series is going to be your pantyhose. We're going to get a blending, but still kind of sheer, beautiful, you know, shininess to it. Our natural warm series is going to be our leggings, a little bit deeper coverage, but still some translucency. And our natural cool series are going to be our pants for 100% like fully covered too. Now, our standard timing on our gray coverage is going to be a full 45 minutes too, just so you know, since we were kind of touching base on that. Okay, so Deep Shine Pure Pigment Conditioning Cream Color, our tonal families, coming back into the tonal families again, very similar to how our Ruskin 10 is done. Our NC or our 000 is our natural cool, which has 3 pigments of yellow, red, and blue with 1 extra blue to make it a slightly cooler tone. So like I was saying, that is our natural cool series. Our NW or our natural warm, our 0.003 has 2 pigments of yellow, red, and blue with gold. So again, coming back in with a little bit of gold to really add that extra translucency and shine to it. Our NL, our natural light series, or our 0.03, which is only a double dose, right? Has a natural light, has 1 pigment of red, yellow, and blue. Our natural series is just red, yellow, and blue. Our BB is a pure blue, so blue tone. Our chocolate is going to be our polychromatic blend. Remember, we talked about that. It has all the colors of the rainbow, giving you a beautiful, gorgeous blend that we cannot recreate on our own. We have our ash, which is going to be a green, blue, or violet, depending on the level that you're working with. Pearl series is going to be our blue violet base. Gorgeous, gorgeous for either toning or creating beautiful silvers, dependent on what you're putting it on. Our sand is a blue violet to yellow. So it's got that tertiary yellow coming through. Our G is going to be gold, which is our yellow base. Our CG is our copper gold, which is orange and yellow. Our red is going to be R is our red. Mahogany is going to be a red violet. Mahogany red is going to be a red violet red. And then we have our red violet, which is red violet, and our PV, which is going to be our rich plum, which is one of my favorites that they added to this line as well. Gives you a beautiful rich violet tone. So our Deep Shine Permanent Cream Hair Color line follows the international level system because it is an Italian cream hair color. Follows the European level system. So like I said, if you're used to our traditional line, it's going to be a little bit deeper than our Ruskin 10, which is going to follow an American level system. So comparable within our Deep Shine Permanent Cream Hair Color line, a level 6 is going to line up to a level 5 in our Ruskin 10. Everybody kind of following so far?
Jess, you have a question. One of our stylists on how to use 20 volume around the hairline to help hold the hair to have better coverage, but she tried going a level darker with 10 volume and it was not acceptable as it was darker for a while. What would you recommend for her to do in this situation?
So again, coming back into you as an artist, if mixing 1 to 1.5 for your gray coverage with 10 volume was not enough for coverage, you can also try mixing 1 to 1. Or there's also another trick, and this is an ace up the sleeve for a stylist behind the chair, is we have what's called triple action clear, TAC. And that's basically kind of like a tube of ammonia. So if you add up to 1/4 of your formulation of that, it's going to help soften those stubborn grays and give you a little bit better penetration.
And could you use Zero Lift Developer with our Deep Shine permanent line?
You absolutely can use Zero Lift Developer with our Deep Shine permanent line. Like I said, you can use any of our developers. If you were looking to deposit only or create more of a demi-like result out of our permanent line, you can mix 1 part permanent cream hair color to 3 parts Zero Lift balancing lotion. And we say demi-like because our permanent line still has ammonia in it. So you will get a little bit of a base shift if you're trying to tone with it. So just be cautious of that. But you absolutely can. Fantastic for depositing only if you don't need any lift or any gray coverage. That's a great question though. Okay, so Deep Shine Permanent Conditioning Cream Hair Color, Shine Enhancing Cream Developers. This is a perfect slide for this. So Zero Lift Balancing Lotion for use with Deep Shine Permanent Cream Hair Color for a demi-like result is going to be 1 part color to 2 parts Zero Lift Balancing Lotion. 10 volume for optimum gray coverage or lifts the base up to 1 level. 20 volume, again, is going to give you 2, 30 volume will give you 3, and 40 is going to give you 4, because remember, we only have control, which is number 1 with hair coloring, within 4 levels of lift with hair color. So Deep Shine Permanent can be used in a few ways. For 100% gray coverage, to lighten or deepen the tone of virgin hair as a demi. So if you don't necessarily need full lift, using it like a demi is going to be beneficial to you. Or like we said before, 100% gray coverage. You know, to get that with still keeping the integrity of the hair intact and making sure it's beautiful helps you as a stylist as well. So when used for a base lift, Deep Shine Permanent follows the mixing and processing guidelines. So you're going to mix 1 part Deep Shine Permanent to 1.5 parts 10, 20, 30, or 40 volume developer. Processing time for that is going to be 35 to 45 minutes, 45 for superior gray coverage, and 10 volume developer. For demi-like results, you're going to do 1 ounce of Deep Shine Permanent to 2 ounces of Zero Lift Balancing Lotion, and you're going to process for 20 minutes. So we used to have a cream demi line that a lot of people, if you're familiar with it, used to use. So if you're looking for that same type of coverage, using our permanent line, very similar, with the Zero Lift Balancing Lotion is going to be a great option for you. But we also have our gloss, which we'll dig into in a little bit as well. All right, so salon price for a tube of Deep Shine Permanent Cream Hair Color, $6 for a 3.4 ounce tube. Breaking it down to $1.76 an ounce. Still under $2, guys. $1.76 an ounce. It's about 50% less than our competitors. So our competitor average is about $3.53. That is a massive difference when it comes to clients behind the chair. So application cost per Deep Shine, 2 ounce touch up, including developer, is $1.46 for root touch up. Okay, amazing. About 54% less than our competitors. What is Deep Shine High Lift and Triple Action Clear? So this is part of our permanent Deep Shine family. So these are fantastic. Oh, I love seeing these comments pop up. That's fantastic. So this is part of our Deep Shine family, our permanent cream hair color line. And we, again, as professionals behind the chair, are really trying to make it easier for you as a stylist to make your job smarter, work smarter, not harder, right? So Deep Shine Ultimate Blonde High Lift for lifting and toning in a single process. 3 shades pre-mixed with balanced natural tones to neutralize brassiness. So based off of what you're trying to lift to is which shade you would choose. Deep Shine Triple Action Clear used alone or mixed with any of these Ultimate Blonde High Lifts for additional half to full level of lift. Now, these are also infused with our, InnoPro technology. And what InnoPro technology is it's a starchy carbohydrate that's actually going to encapsulate the hair strand, and it's going to moisturize it and protect it during the lightening process. So by using a high lift shade on a client and bringing them up to a beautiful blonde and toning them at the same time, and not needing to put any additives in there to protect it, is a fantastic benefit for you as a stylist. Okay, so what is the range? How are we going to decide what we need for that specific client? So our BN is going to be our beige natural for the perfect blend of beige and natural tones to control yellow. So if you have somebody that has just a pale, lifts to just a pale yellow, if they're starting at probably like a level 8, 9, the beige neutral is going to be fantastic for you. Our beige violet, our BV, our beige violet. So beige with an extra violet to control unwanted gold. So if you have those clients that tend to pull warmer, but still in the yellow family, the BV is going to address that and lift and tone in one series. Our BB, our beige blue with extra blue to control unwanted tones. So if you have somebody that tends to be a little bit stubborn and kind of oranges out, the BB is going to be the perfect option for that. Use with Shine Enhancing Cream Developer, 30 or 40 volume only. And this is on scalp as well. So you're going to mix 30 or 40 volume with it, and you're going to process it and let it lift and tone all in one step. And again, these are enhanced with our deep conditioning as well as our InnoPro technology protection. So our features and benefits, ideal for colorists who want powerful lift without using lightener. It's a fantastic option in place of that. I have clients all the time that are like, I just don't want bleach, right? Lift and tone all in one process, up to 5 levels of lift. So we talked about how with hair color, we only have control within 4, but with a high lift series, we have control with 5. Used alone for a base shift or to get additional 0.5 to 1 level of lift with triple action clear. So you're adding a little extra boost in there when you put our TAC in it. Economical size price per ounce, which again, a 3.4 ounce tube, which we're known for, at $6. $6. Again, saving you lots of money behind the chair. So here is our shade chart from our BN, which was our beige natural, our BV was our beige violet, and our BB beige blue. So if you're getting 5 levels of lift with each of these, up to 5 levels of lift, dependent on where you're starting at is how you're going to choose which of those you want for that client. So again, very similar to our Ash series on what the base is, dependent on what lift we're going to be encountering through the process, what tones we're going to be encountering. So if you know you're going to be lifting through an orange phase, the blue is going to be your best bet. If you know you're going to be lifting through yellow, the violet is your best bet. And if they're already naturally blonde, the BN gives you a beautiful honey blonde. So our usage, Deepshine Ultimate Blonde High Lift follows this mixing and processing guide. So Deepshine Ultimate High Lift, you're going to do 1 ounce of color. Oops, that one flipped away. There we go, sorry. You're going to do 1 ounce of color to 2 ounces of 30 or 40 volume developer. And you're going to process for 45 minutes. And okay, most important, no heat. We do not recommend using heat on any of our hair color line, specifically because heat can actually break the product down and you won't have as much control or consistency in knowing what your end result is going to be. So our Deepshine Triple Action Clear is a 1 ounce of the Triple Action Clear to 2 ounces of 30 or 40 volume developer, and you're going to process up to 20 minutes. Again, no heat. To add into formula for additional 1/2 to 1 full level of lift, you can add a 1/2 ounce of Triple Action Clear to every 1/2 ounce of Deepshine color. So this can be added into any of our color line, not just our high lift series. You can use it for better gray coverage, better penetration. You can use it for brighter reds, more vibrant blondes, and to really kind of get rid of some of that dull brown and give you more of a rich chocolate even. It's an excellent additive to your color formulations. Do not process with heat, and always perform a strand test. So if you're looking to use our Ultimate High Lift and you're not 100% sure if the one that you've chose for your client is going to be best, definitely do a strand test. Also keep in mind, high lifts do not lift through previously colored hair. So it needs to be on natural pigment, okay? Natural virgin hair is going to be your best bet, because anytime we're blonding, control is everything. And that's how you're going to decide if you need a high lift or if you need one of our lighteners that we offer as well.
There's some confusion, Jess, about Triple Action Clear and whether it's a clear that can add shine or what exactly it does. I did mention in the comments that it is not a clear, that the Triple Action Clear will help give a 1/2 to 1 extra level of lift and can also be used as a base shift. The questions you're getting, so I can use Triple Action Clear with 20 volume and lift 2.5 to 3 levels, is your question?
So you can use triple action clear in any of our developers if you want just a raw lift. Keep in mind that this is not going to have any tonal value to it whatsoever. So for me personally, if I'm trying to get just a raw lift, I tend to go to my lighteners. If you're looking for just a base shift, I would be very cautious with it, but yes, you can definitely get just a little base shift. But as far as what Natasha was saying, it's not a clear. If you're looking for a clear glaze, that's going to be in our Deep Shine Demis, and we'll cover those in just a little bit. That's going to be the gloss. So the triple action clear is going to be, it's like I said before, basically a tube of ammonia. Okay, so it's going to give you more of a punch. I like to think of it personally as almost like a little Pac-Man that's going to eat out my underlying pigment when I need brighter formulations. Did that kind of answer that?
That's perfect. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So our salon price per tube of high lift is $6 for a 3.4 ounce tube. 3.4 ounces. I know you guys are not going to forget that after this, right? One of my favorite things about it is it breaks down to $1.76 an ounce, which is 50% less than our competitors. Again, our competitors coming in at $3.53 an ounce. Application cost for you, including developers, $1.46. That's it, 54% less than our competitors, coming in at $2.69. Flexible mixing ratio, again, coming back to you as the artist and what your need is going to be anywhere from 1 to 1.5 to 1 to 2. Okay. All right. Do we have any questions about the permanent cream hair color line before we dive into our gloss? No, it was a lot of information. I'm sure some light bulbs turned on though, because I know that's always the case when it comes to breaking down what our neutral series are and what we offer as our permanent cream hair color line.
Looks like you're good to go.
Okay, great. So what I was referencing before with our Deep Shine Gloss, this is going to be our demi-permanent liquid hair color line. Demi-permanent liquid hair color line. So demi-permanent color line to enhance tone, correct, and blend for dimensional color that lasts. A collection of 25 plus shades infused with conditioning agents for superior shine, softness, and compatibility. Get the results you want in up to 10 minutes with flexible mixing ratios, as well as the application for a stylist that likes to work smarter, not harder. So meaning being that it is a liquid color line, the application is so much faster and so much easier for you. So even just using it as a toner at the bowl on damp hair, use it in a bottle, squirt it on, work that color through, and let it sit for about 10 minutes to tone that beautiful hair color. So 25 creative shades plus clear. I'm gonna talk about the clear for just a second, since that was just a question about our Deep Shine permanent cream hair color line. So the triple action clear was not what you were looking for if you were looking for just a clear. If you are looking for just a clear, you can use as a glaze, as an additive service, or something to dilute your demi-permanent cream hair color line. You can use our clear. Okay, so ideal for the colorist who wants toning with zero lift to the base. The biggest difference between a permanent and a demi-permanent hair color line, there is no ammonia in a demi-permanent. So this is fantastic if you're not trying to cover gray. It's going to give you a beautiful gray blending, but deposit only, ensuring that the client's hair is going to have gorgeous, beautiful, healthy hair. Healthy is the key word, healthy, right? So a base break in up to 10 minutes with our activating lotion. Toning in up to 10 minutes, like I said, gray blending. Refresh the color while you have your root touch-up. So if you have a client come in that has gray coverage, we're going to use our gray coverage series, right? Either the Ruskin 10 or the Deep Shine permanent cream hair color. And then you're going to pull through on previously colored hair a demi-permanent, because there's no reason to add more ammonia and more lift to the cuticle when we're only trying to deposit. So it's a much healthier option. Pure tone shades for best neutralizing brassiness. So fantastic for toning. Pure tone shade, oh, sorry, pH balancing with the zero lift balancing lotion, zero lift balancing lotion. So remember when I was talking about how it's only a 6 volume developer, is going to give you amazing deposit and not have any kind of major cuticle lift. Deep Shine Clear to dilute a formula 1 level lighter or enhance shine. So this is the one I was talking about. The Deep Shine Clear, if you want to dilute one of your formulas, if we have a level 9 ash and our client is a level 10, you can add clear to your formulation to make a 10, okay? To dilute it to not have nearly as much pigment. And I will tell you, the pigment that is packed in these demi-permanent gloss are amazing. There's so much pigment in there that I keep a ton of clear in my arsenal when I know that I don't necessarily need it all, and it stretches it even further. So, and then again, using it just as a glaze, as an added on service. If you have somebody that's just coming in for a haircut and maybe they're a little bit dull from being out in the sun and they don't have time for color, just be like, hey, let me throw a clear glaze on you real quick. So you're going to use our clear with either our activating lotion or our zero lift balancing lotion. So our features and benefits, our Deep Shine gloss is made with oleic acid, which further softens, strengthens, and adds shine to the hair, delivering further into the hair cortex for long lasting color results. So again, longevity is one of our biggest goals. Marine extracts harness the power of the sea to seal, strengthen, and protect the hair through the coloring process. So again, getting that deep conditioning service throughout the hair coloring process, making sure it's beautiful, healthy, and shiny. Here is our shade chart. Again, coming in, making sure that you have what is needed to be the artist behind the chair to create an unlimited customizable palette. So coming in at our natural series, we have our 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And keep in mind, if you need something lighter, you can mix in our clear. We also, in our ash series, have our 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you can see that we have the color bars as well in the gloss series. So the color bars are going to show you what the primary underlying pigment is going to be within that tone. So at our ash base is again showing you what is needed at what level. Our Pearl series, which is going to have our 7P, which is a slate, as well as our 9P coming in at a beautiful silver. Now, something I want to touch base on real quick, because silver is still kind of a thing. If you are looking to use one of these to create a beautiful silver or a slate, make sure that your client is pre-lifted 1 shade higher, 1 level higher than what you are depositing. So if you are wanting to put the 7P on, make sure they are at an 8. If you are wanting to put the 9P on, make sure they are at a 10, okay? Then we have our sand series. These are some of my favorite ones to use, especially in like the fall and summertime. They just give beautiful beachy tones. We have a 6 sand, 7 sand, and an 8 sand, also with the color bar, primarily a gold with an underlying pigment of violet. Then we have our gold series coming in with 7G and 9G. Now, remember, you can mix any of these to create what you need. So if you need an 8G, just mix our 9 and our 7 together. We have our copper gold, which is our 9CG, gives a beautiful strawberry blonde. One of my favorite to use when I'm doing like a pumpkin spice balayage and I want to keep the vibrancy of the blonde, but have that red pigment added to it. Our mahogany coming in with a 5M, which lines up to our 5M in our Deep Shine Ruskin 10 as well. Perfect. You can use the 5M on the root and pull a 5M through the ends and have a beautiful, even gorgeous red. Our chocolate series coming in with our 4, 5, and our 6. Some of the most beautiful tones available to you. Again, polychromatic blends, which means we have all the colors of the rainbow pre-mixed for you. And then our high lift toners. Okay, so we haven't talked about these yet, but just to cover them real quick, we talked about how we have our high lift series in our permanent cream hair color line, right? And we addressed each tone based off of what we were working with. So again, we have our BN, our BV, and our BB. So our beige natural, our beige violet, and our beige blue. And these are toners. So if you use the high lift and you need an extra little kick, You can use these at the bowl to tone as well. Or if you just want to use them on an everyday basis on somebody you've pre-highlighted, or maybe they've been out in the sun. To break it down a little further for you, if you have somebody maybe that needed like an extra 5 minutes of processing time and they need just a little bit of a tonal value to it, the BN is beautiful for that. If you have somebody that's definitely got like the banana peel yellow going on, the BV is going to be your best friend. And if you have just a little bit of an orange left in there, the BB, the beige blue, is what we're going to address. So, coming back down to the color wheel, really making it simple from our foundation, right? So here's our tonal families within our, Here's our tonal families within our deep shine gloss. I just kind of covered them a little bit, but we have our N is natural, our B is blue, our CH is chocolate, the A is ash, the P is pearl, the S is sand, the G is gold, the C is copper, the CG is copper gold, the red is red, and the M is mahogany. Then we have our beige blue, our beige violet, our beige natural, and also our clear. And this also follows the European level system. So lines right up with our traditional permanent cream hair color line. So usage, mix in a bottle or a bowl and brush, just coming back to you as the artist and what your need is. We're gonna follow these mixing and processing guidelines. For gray blending, color enhancement, color refreshing, or color correction and balancing, we're going to do 1 ounce of deep shine gloss to 1 ounce of developer, either the deep shine zero lift balancing, the gray blending is the deep shine zero lift balancing lotion. Real quick, I want to explain to you the difference in the activating lotion and the balancing lotion, just so you get an idea of this breakdown for you. So our zero lift balancing lotion is a 6 volume developer, and this is going to give you maximum deposit with no shift whatsoever to natural. Okay, our activating lotion is going to be more like a 10 volume developer. So you may have a slight shift in natural pigment, but it's also going to give you a deeper penetration of color pigment. Okay, so dependent on what your need is how you're going to choose which developer to use with it. So like I was saying, for gray blending, if you're not, you're trying to get beautiful gray not full 100% coverage, we're using our deep shine gloss. Color refreshing and color balancing, we know we're only going to need deposit, so we're going to use our zero lift balancing lotion up to 20 minutes, 15 minutes with heat. So this is the one thing under our deep shine umbrella that we actually allow you to use heat with, so you can get better penetration. And you're going to do a 5-minute cool down after to allow that cuticle to shut back down and seal that color in. For our gloss or toner, if we're just trying to tone it out or just add some sheen to it, we're going to do 1 ounce of our deep shine gloss to 1 ounce mixing ratio of our zero lift balancing lotion for up to 10 minutes. And then we're going to process for 5 and check. We just want to make sure where our tone is going. Okay. And then for a base break, we're going to do 1 ounce of gloss to 1 ounce of deep shine activating lotion. So this is the one I told you is more like a 10 volume developer. And we're going to process for 10 minutes, and we're going to also check it every 5. Okay. Deep shine gloss follows this mixing and processing guideline as well. So for shine enhancing or to dilute intensity, and this is going to be where our clear comes into play. Like I was saying before, if we're just trying to do a gloss or dilute the color to be a little bit lighter, we're going to do 1 ounce of clear and 1 ounce of developer, and we're going to process up to 20 minutes. And that's also with our zero lift balancing lotion.
For gray blending, what percentage gray coverage do you get?
So for gray blending, what you really want to keep in mind is that full 100% gray coverage means that every hair is the exact same color. And that is only possible with a permanent cream hair color line, right? Or a permanent hair color line. With our deep shine gloss, for just the blending services, we're going to have coverage on everything, but it's all going to be a different shade. So it's going to give you up to a 50% gray blending. But remember that they're not all going to be the same pigment.
Would you recommend putting gloss under the dryer for more coverage?
You absolutely can put gloss under the dryer for better coverage, because it's going to help lift the cuticle just a little and give you a maximum deposit. but make sure you have your 5-minute cool down period as well, because if that cuticle doesn't shut down, then you're going to probably be rinsing just a little bit of it out. Okay, so our usage, salon price for 2 ounces is $6. Breaking it down to $3 per ounce, which is 10% less than our competitors. We're still coming in less, guys, always to support you as a stylist. Competitor average is $3.53 an ounce, okay? Application cost to you for a 2-ounce touch-up, including developer, is $1.46. That's it. 54% less per ounce application cost than other competitors, which come in at $2.69. And we also, with this one, have a flexible mixing ratio based off of what your need for that client is, anywhere from 1 to 1.5 to 1 to 2. Any questions about the Deep Shine Gloss at all? Anything we missed?
Looks like you're good to go.
Fantastic. Okay, so coming into our lighteners, this is one of my favorite things to talk about, because being in the Valley of the Sun, everybody down here wants to be blonde. So I have a lot of experience with these. Coming in with our number one, which is our Deep Shine Ultimate Blonde Blue Powdered Lightener. What makes this different from all the other ones? Rusk's quickest lightening lifting, sorry, that was a mouthful. Delivers premium lightening results for highlighting, hair painting, or off-scalp processes. It has an integrated bond protection, which is again coming back into our InnoPro technology, which is going to be that starchy carbohydrate that coats the hair or encapsulates the hair and is protecting it, nourishing it, and conditioning it during the lightening process. So you get up to 9 levels of lift. It is an off-scalp application process, off-scalp, okay, but 9 levels of lift. So the following mixing and processing, we're going to lift up to 9 levels. We're going to do 1 ounce of our Ultimate Blue Powdered Lightener, Ultimate Blonde Blue Powdered Lightener, to 2 ounces of 10, 20, 30, or 40 volume developer. And we're going to process for up to 45 minutes. Again, do not use heat. The only thing that we allow heat for is our Rusk Deepshine Gloss. So any of our lighteners, we do not recommend using heat whatsoever. So coming into our Deep Shine Bright White, why is this one different from the Blue Powdered Lightener? So our powerful yet gentle enough for on or off scalp usage, we have an ammonia-free lightener with hydrolyzed silk and marine extracts to nourish and revitalize the hair during the lifting process for superior conditioning. So ammonia-free, that is the claim to fame for this one. I have so many clients that love the global application, but have an ammonia allergy. So it's super sensitive for those clients' needs, as well as sensitive to the hair. So allowing beautiful, healthy hair, but still giving you up to 7 full levels of lift. Again, you can use for on or off scalp lightening, and do not process with heat, and always test strand. So if you're not sure if that's going to be the right choice, definitely always do a test strand. All right, so we're going to mix for 7 levels on scalp, 1 ounce of our powdered lightener to 2 ounces of any of our 10 or 20 volume developer for on scalp, processing for 45 minutes. For 7 levels of lift off scalp, we're going to mix the same ratio, which is 1 to 2, but for off scalp, you can use 10, 20, 30, or 40 volume developer, still processing for up to 45 minutes. Our Gentle Lean, got a mouthful this morning. Gentle Cream Lightener, Ultimate Blonde Gentle Cream Lightener. This is one of my personal favorites for multiple reasons. Gentle lift for on or off scalp techniques, blue oil controlled lift, enriched with marine nutrient extracts again. So we're getting all of those moisturizing elements from the sea to prevent moisture loss, while sea kelp nourishes and revitalizes the hair while improving elasticity. Gives you up to 7 levels of lift. You can use on or off scalp, again, not processing with heat. I will tell you personally why this is one of my favorites. Clearly, I am a global lightening process. The consistency of this product is fantastic. It is going to stay exactly where it is placed. So it is fabulous for those 1/4 inch retouches on global lightning. It's perfect consistency for balayage techniques. But I also feel like the blue oil for controlled lift and all of the marine nutrients are so moisturizing that you're able to push the hair just a little bit further without compromising it whatsoever. Okay, so our mixing and processing for the gentle cream lightener. We again are getting up to 7 levels of lift on scalp with 1 ounce of lightener to 2 ounces of 10 or 20 volume. Processing up to 45 minutes. We never ever recommend using 30 or 40 volume on scalp. Definitely not safe for your client, and you want to make sure that you're insuring yourself behind the chair as well. For lifts up to 7 levels off scalp, you can use 10, 20, 30, or 40 volume developer, also processing up to 45 minutes. Again, never recommending heat. Any questions on our lighteners at all? No? Okay, so Deep Shine Direct. What is our Deep Shine Direct? The ammonia and PPD-free direct color line for intensive, long-lasting, vibrant color. So these are going to be our bright, direct, vibrant rainbow hair colors. All of the trendy ones that you're seeing all over the internet right now, right? So we're also infused with our marine extracts again. All those moisturizing elements are also put into our directs line, where the hair is left feeling healthy and conditioned with incredible, uncomparable shine. We have 9 intermixable shades that allow you to break all barriers to maximize creativity, and it lasts anywhere from 12 to 14 washes. We have purple, pink, red, teal, Merlot, blue, green, icy white, and clear. So Deep Shine Clear in the direct line is used to dilute any of the 9 intermixable shades for one-of-a-kind color creations. So if you're trying to create a pastel or make a lighter pigment, using the Deep Shine Clear is going to give you the same incredible formulation of all of our marine extracts and conditioning agents and still give you beautiful, customizable, vibrant tones. Our Deep Shine Icy White to tone unwanted yellow pigments. So this is extremely important to know. The Deep Shine Icy White was made to be put on damp hair only. Okay, so this is our only one that does not go on dry hair. Everything else goes on dry, pre-lightened, clean hair. The Icy White goes on damp, clean hair. Okay, so that's used to be a rapid toner on unwanted yellow pigments. Our minimum dilution, our minimal dilution for Deep Shine Clear, we're going to do 1/4 of an ounce, 1/2 an ounce, or 1 ounce for maximum dilution. You can also use the Deep Shine Direct shade, 1 ounce across the board. Okay, so Deep Shine Direct usage, application for lightening and applying Deep Shine Direct. This is extremely important if you want to make sure the longevity of these and the outcome are going to be correct. So we're going to pre-lighten the hair using one of our Rusk Deep Shine lighteners of your choice. We're going to talk about recommended levels for which tone. We're going to rinse and shampoo out the lightener, and then we're going to dry it. We're not conditioning the hair yet. Okay, shampoo out lightener, and then we're going to dry the hair, because hair is like a sponge, right? It can only absorb so much. So if we're applying to damp hair, we're not getting our maximum deposit. We want to dry it to make sure that it's really going to soak in all of those semi-permanent vibrant tones. Then you're going to apply your Deep Shine Direct shade of your choice. Remember, customize that rainbow palette. No developer required. So it's a semi-permanent that is directly out of the tube. You do not need a developer with this. If you add developer to it, you're going to dilute your formulation and you are not going to get the results that you want. Do not process with heat. It is a semi-permanent, so we are staining the outside of the hair. Okay, there's no reason to use heat. Once processed, we're going to rinse really well with tepid water. We are not going to shampoo it again. If you shampoo it again, you are going to wash half of that work right down the drain. So once it is rinsed out really, really well, we're going to style it with your favorite Rusk products. And we're going to lock that color right in. Okay. So here's our shade chart to the colors that we referenced. We have our purple, pink, red, Merlot, teal, green, blue, icy white, and clear. All intermixable and interstackable, which means you can put all of these on one strand of hair and there will be no bleeding. Okay, so we're going to talk about what we need to be lifted to for which pigments. If we are using our blue, purple, or pink, the hair needs to be a pale yellow. So about a level 9. We're going to process for up to 30 minutes on dry hair. Okay, level 9. Same goes for our pastels. If you've created a pastel, the hair needs to be a 9+. It needs to have no underlying pigment in it if you want that pure tone. Just remember, it's very similar to coloring on a sheet of paper. If you have a pastel crayon and you put it on a piece of yellow paper, it's probably not going to look the best. For our green, teal, and red, we need to be a yellow. So we need to be at about a level 8 or higher. We're also processing up to 30 minutes on dry hair. Merlot, you need to be pre-lightened to an orange gold, which is about a level 7. Processing up to 30 minutes on dry hair. Gives you a beautiful, beautiful wine tone. One of my favorites in the fall. The icy white is going to be used on a pale yellow, about a level 9, for 5 to 15 minutes on damp hair. I also recommend not walking away from it. So I like to stand there and watch it because 5 to 15 can go very, very quickly. So stand there and watch it and just make sure. I use my fingernail to kind of scratch it off the hair just a little bit to see what my pigment is. But again, this is applied on damp hair, 5 to 15 minutes only. Our clear can also be used as a clear glaze applied to dry hair. So you can either use it as that, or you can add it into any of our other tones to make a pastel or a lighter pigment. Any questions on the directs at all? I think we're good. Okay, so let's talk about our eliminate. Our eliminate color corrector. What is eliminate and what does it do? Rusk Eliminate Color Corrector gently removes unwanted permanent hair color with a non-progressive, precise controlled formula that contains no ammonia, peroxide, bleach, or formaldehyde. It gently removes any level of permanent oxidative hair color, no matter how long it has been in the hair. I totally vouch for this 100%. I had a client come in that had black box dye that she'd been doing for months, and I pulled all of it out and did a beautiful warm balayage on her. So just incredible. What it's doing is reversing the bonds of oxidative dye molecules, allowing for a safe and effective color removal, bringing the hair back to its pre-colored state. It promotes unsurpassed shine and condition and can actually be done up to 3 times in one day before you even perform a hair color service. So how does it work? We're going to combine equal parts of step 1, which is our color reducer, and step 2, which is the conditioning catalyst. We're going to apply with an applicator bottle or a bowl and brush. So you only really need to mix the amount that you need. You don't need to mix it all. It's only going to remove oxidative permanent hair color. So you can apply this to natural and it will not do anything to it. You're just going to be wasting product. The thick, creamy consistency ensures quick, easy, and precise application. And you're going to process up to 20 minutes with or without heat. Our Rusk Eliminate Direct Dye Eliminator. What is the direct dye eliminator and what does it do? So there's so many direct dye removers on the market, but I really believe that with us backing condition of the hair, that ours is going to be the most gentle that is available to you. The direct dye eliminator is a direct dye lift for semi-permanent color. So the unique liquid formula with conditioning agent includes 2 2-ounce dye lifters and 4-ounce processing lotion. So again, allowing you to mix what you need for that specific client. So it's not one single use thing. You mix what you need and you can store the rest. So it's multiple applications. Easy and gentle removal of semi-permanent vibrant colors. Again, leaving the hair in a beautiful, healthy state. So how are we going to use it? We're going to combine equal parts of step 1, which is the dye lifter, to step 2, again, the conditioning catalyst. And we're going to apply with an applicator or a bowl and brush. The thick, creamy consistency ensures quick, easy, and a precise application. And we're also going to process for 20 minutes, but no heat. No heat. It's going to do the work all on its own. So the difference between the two, the original Eliminate Color Corrector is for oxidative artificial hair color only. Okay, if you are lifting out the vibrant colors, that's where our direct dye lifter comes in. The Rusk Eliminate is a no ammonia, no peroxide or formaldehyde, thick, creamy consistency, non-progressive controlled formula, and designed for a slight, partial, or full color correction. The salon price is $14.99 on the Rusk Eliminate Color Corrector. And you get 3 4-ounce bottles, 3 4-ounce bottles. The Color Corrector Direct Dye Lifter, which is removing vibrant semi-permanent hair color only. So this will not touch permanent hair color. Unique liquid formula with a conditioning agent, removes color easily and gently, and has multiple application versus single-use packets. Salon price also is $14.99, and you get 2 2-ounce dye lifters and 1 4-ounce processing lotion. All right, so into our Deep Shine Boost conditioners. So these can be used either by you as a professional behind the chair, or you can also retail these to your clients that have used the Deep Shine Directs to really ensure longer lasting results if they're not able to get in as often as they'd like. So our Deep Shine Direct Vibrant Boost Color Depositing Conditioner, keep vibrant colors salon fresh in between your services. The key benefits: keep the color fresh, fortified with marine extracts again, to really help seal, repair, and strengthen the cuticle. It can be used daily or as often as needed. I have a couple that use them every couple of weeks. Will last through several shampoos. Vibrant colors: blue, red, purple, green, and Merlot. It's also a great opportunity if you have somebody that wants to test a color without making the commitment to it. So I keep these behind the chair as well to put in a couple of peekaboos just to see how they feel about them. Our Deep Shine Boost Color Depositing Conditioners keep color brass free and salon fresh between services. So these boost conditioners are also a fantastic addition to retail to your clients or keep behind the chair, very similar to using a purple or a chocolate color depositing shampoo. Keep color brass free between services, fortified again with marine extracts. So we're going to seal, repair, and strengthen the hair. Can be used daily or as often as needed as well. Will also last through several shampoos. And the colors we offer are a cool beige, a cool blonde, a brown, and a red. So our usage: after shampooing, generously apply the Deep Boost conditioner to evenly damp hair. Evenly damp so that you don't have more coming in one spot than another, because we know porosity can be different. And you're going to comb it through for even distribution. Use gloves if desired. I would highly recommend using gloves if you have one of the vibrant shades. For color refreshing, leave on for 5 to 10 minutes. For maximum intensity, leave on for up to 15 minutes. And then you're just going to rinse and style because it is a conditioner. So we're getting a wonderful conditioning service as well. All right, so that covers all of the things that we have to offer within our Deep Shine umbrella, and really kind of giving you all the information that you need to be successful with the Deep Shine umbrella behind your chair as a Rusk stylist. I can't thank you enough again for spending your Monday with me. Like I said, that alone tells us what kind of a stylist you are, and that education is really key, especially in the world that we are in now, to stay relevant. My name again was Jess Bartolomeo. I am a Rusk educator. I've been with them for about 9 years now, and I do it because I love it. The products really speak for themselves. So if you haven't tried any of the things that we've discussed today, I highly recommend it. Or if you have and you haven't tried maybe one or two of them, definitely reach out and give it a shot. Now that you've got the information behind you as a stylist, you will be so successful in using these products. And I would love for you to tag me in anything you do, because your success is my success. And even if you took one little segment from today with you, then I've done my job. So on Instagram, my Instagram is hairstar86, and I am constantly posting new formulations and all the fun things that we are doing from Rusk, as well as all the education available to you. And I want to thank Marlo Beauty for having this class today as well. So make sure you follow Marlo Beauty and Rusk on Instagram as well. And I would love to know if you guys still have any questions, because I am more than happy to answer them.
Thanks so much, Jessica, for your time today. This was a great class. You're always such great knowledge to the hair color industry. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And we are going to be back in January. If you get the chance to use Rusk and have further questions, you can always contact us through Marlo. We're always happy to get a hold of anyone with any concerns or troubleshooting. But feel free to come back in January when we do another color class, and we look forward to seeing everyone then.
Thank you so much, everybody. And thank you, Natasha, for all of your help as well.